Yeah, so trying to do what other people are doing, here's the problem that you'll run into. Um, this is why there's mass market programs that people will sell or companies will sell, and they won't work for you because you don't have the same desires, the same preferences. Basically, the variables that you're working with are not the same as the person selling the product. Okay, so the diet that is, let's just take for example, the typical bodybuilding diet. Oh, we're gonna eat 5 to 6 meals a day. You're gonna eat chicken breast 4 ounces this time, 4 ounces this time. You're gonna have steamed broccoli and sweet potatoes, and that's your food. Um, and then as a testimonial, they'll show the person selling the product or program being shredded, right? Just insanely shredded. And they'll show all these other bodybuilders and people taking that, and oh, it works so great. But here's the problem: in order for that to work for you, you have to have the same desire as far as like, do you want to live the same life as them? In order for this to work for you, you'd have to want to live the same life as that person, which is why people take these things and try to do plug and play, and then maybe they force themselves to do this stuff for a little bit, but then, you know, like most people, you don't want to eat just chicken breast and broccoli. Like, you don't want to bring your Tupperware everywhere. So your variables are different, but you try to plug and play somebody else's system, and then you were wondering why it's broken or it doesn't work for you. So here's some guidance as far as like, well, how do I pick something? How do I find out what works for me in a way that I that it aligns with my desires and how I want to live life, and my preferences, my schedule, all that kind of stuff. How do I find something that fits all those things? The answer to this question is you can't do anything that's cookie cutter, at least not for long term, right? You have a couple of options here. Like, you could do enough of the cookie cutter things over a long period of time. Let's say you try all of them over 10, 15 years, and you find success in different ones, and you kind of cobble together your own system, so to say, right? And that might work. But even that, like, in order for somebody to figure it out on their own, it just takes such a long time. Some people, they never figure it out. I mean, that's why 70% of America's population is overweight and obese. So the other option is, you find somebody who you would want their life. Like, their preferences are similar to yours. The way they do things is similar to how you want to do things. That's really the key, because then it's something that's specific to you. And even then, like, the best way is like, then they take this program and then they fit it exactly to you. And so, I mean, that's why the strong body blueprint works so well. And I mean, that's what I do when and that's why I also take so much time. And I only, I work with 1 to 2 new strong body blueprint clients per month, is because I sit down. There's 4 steps to that process. The first step and the second step is really the part that nobody else does. Is first I compile all of the information. Basically, all that means is, like, I get on a phone call with them and they just vomit out everything that they can think of. I hear about their day, I hear about what they like, what they don't like, how they do things. I just try to gather as much information about that person as I possibly can. Second step is analyze, and then I go and I analyze all of that information to put together 100% individual, customized program that literally looks like no other program, because it was built for this one specific person. Um, and then they go and execute, right? And then that's how it's supposed to be. That is how you do it in order for it to be permanent. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So, that's kind of the big thing is like find somebody who you really vibe with. Not like, don't just like, oh, this person's like, it's easy to get all riled up and pumped when people put stuff like, oh, grind every day, and they're waking up at 4 a.m. to go work out. And yeah, like, and they put these inspirational quotes. That's all good. That's all well and good. But is that what you want? Is that what you want? Because if it isn't, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to last, right? So I don't know if you can hear this, but we have some fucking jackasses revving their. This does look like a Toyota Matrix. Uh, these loud car things never made sense to me. But anyways, back to this is just hilarious. It's a Toyota Matrix. I don't know. He has like what's going on, but anyways, find when you are looking for somebody to listen to, you have to make sure that it's going to be somebody who's the way they do things is how you would want to do them, not just because it sounds cool and like badass and like you know this weird ideal or idea appeals to you about working really hard and sacrificing and grinding. Like that would never work for me, and it never did work for me. And it's also why most people who follow that kind of or buy programs like that, it never actually sticks because they don't want to do that, right? So that's kind of the big thing there with when it comes to um, looking for a program to actually follow, right? And figuring out how to um, pick something that not only works, but it works forever, because that's what you're looking for. If you find the right, if you are given a customized program that takes into account everything that you love in your life, then you're going to be able to do it forever, right? And so that's how you do it, right? And that's like the strong body blueprint, which is where it came from, is because I realized like these people are being given cookie cutter programs, and that's why they don't work. So anyways, that's that. uh as always, if you found any um insight that made sense to you or that clicked for you or you can really resonate with, tag me and post about it in on Instagram at Ranbir.Sanghera. All right. I'll see you soon.